跟進香港國際機場
Members, I now call to order the meeting of Subcommittee to follow up on issues relating to the three-runway system of the Hong Kong International Airport. Item number 1, election of chairman. Mr. Leung Yu-jung, Mr. Abraham Shack, and Mr. Jeffrey Lam are not here. And in terms of presidents, I have the highest precedence. I'm presiding over the election of chairman. All right, election of chairman. Under the House rule, we need to have nomination of a chairman of a candidate to be seconded by another member. So we need a verbal nomination and a verbal seconder. Mr. Yu Siwing, I nominate Mr. Wong Ting Kwong, second. Now Dr. Elizabeth Kwok, seconds. I'll accept the nomination. As I am a candidate being nominated, I've accepted the nomination. Under the procedure, now we're going to have the other member who has the second highest precedence. Mr. Lam, Jeffrey Lam is here, so I don't have to be sitting up here. Over to you, Mr. Lam.
Okay, Wong Ting.
All right, Mr. Wong Ting Kwong accepted the nomination. And further nominations. Ms. Tanya Chen, Mr. Jeremy Tam. Accept the nomination, Mr. Tam. Seconder. All right. Any further nominations? If not, then we put this to the vote by secret ballot. Will the duty staff please distribute the ballot papers?
咁都係根據
As per usual practice, you'll be given a chop. Number 1, Mr. Wong Ting Kwong. Number 2, Mr. Jeremy Tam.
就
Will members please stamp the ballot papers, and I'll bring the voting to an end, and there will be no more distribution of the ballot papers. And the ballot papers will be collected, and members with the ballot papers should put the ballot paper into the ballot box. Until you've done so, please remain seated.
有冇
All got the ballot papers? Mr. Sheck just walked in. Please, ballot paper for Mr. Sheck, please.
有冇
All right, you've all got the ballot papers. All right. We'll stop distributing the ballot papers. And will the duty staff please collect up the ballot papers?
咁投完票之後
When we're done with the voting, will the two nominee members are being nominated please come to the podium to supervise the counting? Or the two nominees, rather, Ms. Tina Chen and Mr. Yu Siwing. We have distributed 18 ballot papers. The same number has been collected. We'll start counting, please. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. 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 Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. All right. Mr. Wong Ting Kwong, 13 votes. Mr. Jeremy Tam, 5. I declare Mr. Wong Ting Kwong elected as chairman. Over to you, Mr. Wong. Thank you very much. Do we need to have vice chairman for the subcommittee? So for vice chairman of the subcommittee, we need to have a member making the nomination and another member seconding the nomination, and the nominee has to accept the nomination. Dr. Lau Shui-lai, I nominate Mr. Jeremy Tam, seconder. Mr. Ted Hui, seconds. Mr. Tam, you accept the nomination? Yes, I do. Thank you. Any further nominations? By the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. All right then. No other nomination. Mr. Tam, I declare that Mr. Tam be elected as Vice Chairman ipso facto. Let's move on to the next item, date of next meeting. The next meeting is scheduled for December 5th, 2016, a Monday at 4:30 p.m. Any question? I recap. December 5th, 2016, a Monday, 4:30 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is to receive a briefing on overview, scope, and progress update of the three-runway system development. Mr. Chen, Chairman, thank you. I can see that there are proposed items for discussion listed in the paper. In regards the arrangement of airspace, this is on the third item. I'm wondering whether this can be fitted into the first meeting. It is hard for us to have meetings scheduled because of all the clashes. If we have a meeting on the scope and overview, we may be able to do this within or less than 2 hours. So I'm wondering whether you can advance item C for the first meeting. I'll have a word with the airport authority and administration, see whether they can make the documents available and take this item ahead of others. Mr. Michael Look. Chairman, I'd like to incorporate the manpower arrangement for the 3RS. The two-runway system offers 100,000 job opportunities, and with the 3RS, it's going to be 140,000. It's hard to recruit the right number of people because of the location of the airport and the catering facilities and so on. So we are pretty concerned how you're going to have enough manpower to fill the 140,000 job openings that this can be incorporated. Sure, this will be incorporated. Mr. Eddie Chu, Chairman, my understanding is that the AA is in discussion with the banks about the financial arrangement, and this will be finalized pretty soon. If we leave this aspect till June, it would be rather late, because once they've finalized everything and the loans have already been drawn down, then it would not make any particular sense for us to talk about it. So perhaps we can advance this item.
As far as the overview is concerned, we know it already. But for airspace and financial arrangement plan, I hope we can influence the AA through a dialogue with it. So can we advance the discussion of this as far as possible? All right, I'll discuss with the administration to see whether it is possible. But then, if things are not yet settled, then whatever we do, we have to decide what we're going to do before we can confirm the money we need. So it will be putting the carts before the horse if we discuss how much money we need, even if we know what we're going to do. Yes, I agree with you, but we already know what's going to be done. The objective of the subcommittee is to how we can monitor the implementation of 3RS so that everything will be under the sunlight instead of in a black box. Because they've recently allocated the site to the northern part of the airport to AA for commercial purpose without our knowledge. So we'd like to know the financing arrangement. So I'm afraid, Chairman, this is a policy issue rather than the financial aspect. I think you have to understand the policy first. We should know what's going to be done before we talk about the financial arrangement. Okay? Next, Mr. Edward Yeo. Thank you, Chairman. It is reported by the media that the AA is calling tenders for a site allocated to the AA at a very low price, and AA is tendering for partners to develop it into the largest hotel and retail facilities in Hong Kong. Since the tenders will be approved very soon, can we have a discussion with the ASAP, because it's reported by the media that the profit will be shared between AA and the developer. Okay. Mr. Jeremy Tam. Yes, Chairman, I'd like to talk about the financial arrangement plan as well, because I think it's almost confirmed by the government what will be done there. And Chairman, I agree with you that at the first meeting at least we should be given an update of the development. I entirely agree with you. If a financial arrangement will be concluded with the bank in sometime around January, I believe by the next meeting they should have the details of the plan. So if it is possible, I hope we can let the public know the financial arrangement at the first meeting ASAP. Yes, I will make this request to administration as members wish. Mr. Jeffrey Lam, let me declare that I'm a member of the AA. Chairman, I think you have to be very careful in dealing with suggestions and propose items for discussion by members, because we are talking about the 3RS for the commercial area to the northern part of the airport. Do you regard it part of the 3RS? We cannot expand the terms of reference of the subcommittee indefinitely to cover the whole of NT. Yeah, exactly. And is it true that the site was only recently allocated to the AA recently? I'll discuss with the AA. I will discuss with the authority the scope of this subcommittee. All right. Thank you for your reminder. Any other issues? Well, since we still have the House Committee to follow, if there are no AOB, items, then the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.